Hell, a land of nothingness. Proverbs 10:12. Treasures of wickedness profit nothing, but righteousness delivers from death. Do not glorify me, I'm just a sinful man like all of you. Test the spirits and ask God if everything is true. The setting. I was in an area that looked like space. Suppose the stars were everywhere and an eerie curtain effect was on this background. This curtain would ripple, making the scenery very hypnotic and strange. There was no actual ground, sides, or sky, just an empty void. The only path consisted of stones that would come together from the various stones floating in the void to form a walkway. Each of these stones had a symbol representing a spell. If someone stepped on the cursed stone, the symbol would glow perverted blue, orange, or some other demonic color, and the spell would take effect. Also, different shapes and sizes of rocks, stones, etc. would be floating in the void. Some of them would have souls bound to them, getting tortured with worms, agony, etc. Torments. Sometimes these type of stones with bound souls would collide and cause more torture. Different types of torture existed within hell. One would have the feeling of being lost. Any soul walking on the pathways would find a split into 3 pathways. The soul would go on one to find a split into 2 pathways, then it would go back to one. Just walking in an endless maze of dynamic walkways would terrify the souls because of feeling lost. One soul was walking on a pathway and found a cauldron with no one around. The soul chose to approach the cauldron. Suddenly 3 witches, demons, ambushed the soul, placed the soul into the hot cauldron, and danced ritualistically. Another soul found tall, spiky objects. These vertical items resembled the martial arts training posts with long protrusions. These were inactive. The soul then decided to walk in the midst of them. For a while, the objects remained inactive as the soul walked through them. Then, then they activated and shredded the soul into pieces. Keep in mind these cycles repeat. Another form of torture is the cruelty of hell. While souls were walking on the stony pathways, they would be distracted by the hypnotic appearance of the rippling space. Then the walkway would stop forming. The soul, not looking ahead, would either fall downward, fall upward, or become part of the floating mess in the void. When I was walking on these pathways, I came to an ascending stairway. The steps were just floating in an ascending pattern. The void suddenly blackened immensely. The only source of light was a gas-colored demonic blue that emanated from a slightly open door at the top of the stairway. I walked up the steps and went through the door, and I was back at the starting point I was when I first got into the void. Conclusion. Do not go to hell. It is a real place. Test the spirits to see if everything is true. Never trust anyone but God. God bless you all, and I hope this helps someone.